Warning. This fanfic sucks ass and is not recommended for people unknown to the show. This fanfic is categorized under. Reader discretion is advised.
Hello. It's me, Pickles, and you know me from Rugrats, as Angelica's father, and from the Barney Bunch, as the guy who has a 300-mile-long cock. Tonight, we will be reading a fanfic categorized under The Secret Show. For those of you who don't know what the cartoon is about, go to its Wikipedia page to learn more. Anyway, we are reading a shitty fanfic called Sneaky Agent, written by one Gentmut. And now, a Special Agent Ray, run Sneaky Agent. Victor and Anita were both getting ready for work like any other day. Victor and Anita both were giving both Victor Jr. and Vanessa their bottles. Just before they dropped them off at Victor's mother Mildred Wolf's house so they can go to work, Anita looked at Victor and said, "We have the most beautiful children." "We sure do," replied Victor with a smile of pride in his face. Victor and Anita dropped Victor Jr. and Vanessa off at Mildred's house. They each gave both Victor Jr. and Vanessa a kiss in the forehead before heading off to another day at work. Victor and Anita arrived at work, did everything they had to do to every day get to the main pod. Within 5 minutes they were in the briefing room. "How is everyone doing today?" said Changed Daily. "Fine," said Victor. "Good," said Anita. "Doing great," said Professor. "Before we began Changed Daily." He was about to speak again when one of the U.Z. agents went up to him and handed him a letter. Changed Daily looked at the letter and read it out loud. "Dear U.Z. I went on a vacation this morning and I'm not sure when I'll be coming back or if I will be coming back at all, because I like my vacation spot and I might just move up here and stay up here, but until everything is figured out I would have personally chosen a person to take my place. If I stay here I will miss all of you, but for now good luck in your missions. Sincerely, Special Agent Ray. P.S. The person of my choosing will be wearing a pair of my sunglasses." "Who's replacing Ray?" asked Victor. "Who?" asked Anita. "I know," said Professor. "Who?" said both Victor and Anita at the same time. Just then the shadow figure that looked quite familiar was at the briefing room door. "Okay everybody," began Professor. "Meet Ray's replacement, Special Agent Alphonse." Victor and Anita were both angry. "Hi Victor," began Alphonse with an evil smile. "Hi Anita." "Hi Professor. Hi ellipsis points. What's your name?" "Well," began Changed Daily, "as you know, for reasons of security my name is Changed Daily. Today you may call me his communicator, Peter's plumped pecan pie." Everybody started laughing. "Hi Peter's plumped pecan pie," said Alphonse. "Today," began Peter's plumped pecan pie, "Victor and Anita will be going over the T.H.E.M. base to take away the new improved invent Ray before the expandables get it working." "No," began Alphonse. "Ellipsis points and ellipsis points, I mean there might be a trap." "Good thinking," said Professor. "I'll invent something that can help Victor and Anita detect traps." "Better yet," began Alphonse, "I'll go and get it. After all I can use the practice." "Swell thinking," said Professor. So Alphonse got on his new skybike and flew off towards the T.H.E.M. base. "That was close," Alphonse said, talking to himself. Alphonse arrived at T.H.E.M. Walked in and greeted Doctor. "What is U.Z. up to now, Alphonse?" "Nothing much," began Alphonse. "They want me to obtain the invent Ray, so I will need the replica to bring back with me. They were going to send Victor and Anita, but I insisted they send me." "How did you get U.Z. to listen to you?" asked Doctor. "Easily," began Alphonse. "I lied and told them I can use the practice." "Good work, Special Expandable Alphonse. They would have stopped at nothing to get the invent Ray." "Thank you, Doctor, said Alphonse. "No," began Doctor. "Thank you." Alphonse grabbed the replica invent Ray and headed back to U.Z. "Good work, Alphonse," said Peter's plumped pecan pie. Professor took the replica to an inventory not knowing at all it was a fake. Victor and Anita were both staring at each other. Now he is better than us, mumbled Victor. What was that? Asked Alphonse. Nothing, replied Victor with an angry voice. Later on that night, after Victor and Anita got home from work, Victor and Anita were talking about how boring it was at work earlier that day, and how Alphonse is Ray's replacement. I can't believe this, began Victor. Out of everybody that Ray could have chose to take his place, he had to choose Alphonse. I don't like his choice either, began Anita, but until Ray comes back, well, if Ray comes back we will have no choice but to work with Alphonse. I know, began Victor. This is going to be ellipsis points. Wait a minute, began Victor. Something is not right here. What do you mean? Asked Anita. Since when does Ray go on vacation in such a short notice? I don't know, began Anita. Every other time he went on a vacation he constantly bragged about how many days it was until his vacation, said both Victor and Anita at the same time. But, began Victor, Ray didn't say anything about a vacation. That can mean a lot of things, said Anita. Yeah, began Victor, I guess you're right, but that doesn't explain why Alphonse was acting so weird today. I mean, when we were supposed to go to the T.H.E.M. base, he yelled no, stammered for a minute, and then said there might be a trap. But if there is a trap, how was he sure he wouldn't end up getting trapped? He also said he could use the practice, began Anita, but if he still needs practice, how would he be able to get out of a trap? And began Victor, how come it didn't look like he had to put up a fight with T.H.E.M. He also got the inventory without any backup, added Anita. I bet you that inventory was a fake, said Victor. I'll be right back, said Victor, after he grabbed his communicator and his camcorder. Where are you going? Asked Anita. To the T.H.E.M. base to see what I can find out. Be careful, said Anita. I will, said Victor. He gave Anita a kiss in the lips, and he gave both Victor Jr. and Vanessa each a kiss in the forehead, and then Victor was off. To be continued, ellipsis points. I haven't even started reading the second chapter, and I'm pissed already. How can this author disregard women as nothing more than objects? I'm gay, and even I don't think it's right. I better stop here, because if I read the second chapter, the video would go over the 15-minute limit, and besides, I'm in a ranting mood right now. Goodbye.